Hey YouTube, John here. We're going to fix a gate today because that's what we do on the ranch. We fix stuff. That's all we do is fix stuff. So this gate, when I put these poles in, I mismeasured and the poles were too far apart, which is not a tragedy. It's a 14-foot gate. I put this little extension on this pole and that seemed to help until, well, let me back up. This latch that I use, and I love these two-way latches, you have to be pretty accurate on these. Now, if I just had a chain to put around the gate, it would be fine. But with these latches, you got to be kind of accurate. So I had it set up to where it was accurate, and then horses, doing what horses do, leaned up against my gate. Can you see that bend in there? That bend cost me about an inch of gate. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to redo this gate with some different bolts on the end that can extend, and we're going to make this gate work. So these are the screw-in latches. See those? See how far out I had to have them? We're gonna replace those with these bolt-in latches, and I can extend these. So I'm gonna measure these. I need about another inch, so I'm gonna go get my Sharpie. And I need this to come out about an inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eyeball that and mark this. Now, because the top and bottom is never going to be exactly the same, I'm going to mark this bottom. And then I'll do the same for the top one. And we'll see if we can't line these up a little bit. Okay guys, we're going to try to put these long hinge pieces in there. Now these, they go all the way through the pole, which is nice because I think a lot of the problem is those screw-in hinges. Let me show you one. These screw-in hinges, if you don't have them hinged pretty deep in there, they'll tilt. The weight of the fence will make them tilt. This one, that way you have support on both sides with these bolts, and we're going to throw some extra washers on there too. So let me grab some extra washers. So now, you're going to have to put everything on both ends. So before you run this thing through there, we can adjust our front one. Remember that mark? Kind of gives you a little eyeball where to put it. That's the screw that came with it. I'm going to put a heavier screw on there. Washer, I'm sorry. And we'll try to get that through. Now, no tool set's complete without a good old hammer. Now I could drill these holes out bigger, but if I can get this thing to screw through, that just makes this big bolt a lot more secure. And it does appear it's going in. Okay, so now we got our bolts in there. It's going to be testing time. So we'll put it on, we'll take it off, we'll put it on, we'll take it off. I probably won't bore you with all that. But we'll get the first couple tries, see how our latch comes out. We'll probably want a helper for this one. Drop it down a little bit. Okay. Okay, so you see how that's sagging? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our top bolt up, and we're going to screw our top bolt in. So let's pull this off. One more time. Okay, let down. Getting closer. This part's on the wood. Pull it in. Okay, one more time. Pick up a little bit. Okay, since the pin on that latch was all the way to the wood, we're going to screw both of them in. And it's just going to be trial and error. More errors than anything. Try that. Okay, let your side down. How's that pin look?
You could probably do it. Right.
Oh, it's still rubbing. We're getting close. We got the pin, but the pin's rubbing against the back of the latch. One more try. I think I'm going to give this one 2 turns and maybe give this bottom one 1. let's see if this will do it. All right, let your side down. Let your side down first.
I did it. Perfect.
Oh my goodness, that is perfect. And we have a level gate. Look at that. You think this would be an all-day job? It ain't but a 30-minute job. So now what we got to do, tighten everything down. Step 4. I want to make sure I tighten those backs down so I don't pull on my hinges. So the nice thing about these through bolts for these hinges is you can actually adjust these later on. If your gate starts to sag, just pull that bolt forward or back, depending on what you need to adjust. Now, you want to make sure you're working both sides, because you could actually, if there's slack on one side versus the other, you can pull your gate out of level. So we'll snug these up first. We got them where we want them. And we'll just work both sides. So, now, as far as pin alignment, here's the reason I have one pin facing down and one facing up. First and foremost, one of these animals can't get under this gate, pick this gate up and knock it off the hinges. First and foremost. Secondly, when it comes to weight distribution, there are those out there who seem to think there's a lot of weight, downward weight on this pin on top. That's not true. What this pin holds is the weight of the fence going that way, in that direction. So this pin supports the weight going straight down towards the ground. This pin supports the weight from the sag. So if you have the corner on the top, this is the strongest part of the pin. It helps give that a little bit more support. And I think we got a working gate. Now these, probably never use them again. I've always had bad luck with these with sagging because they're not supported on the back end. So I think we solved the problem on this gate. Let's give it a couple open and closes. Look at that. That's the beauty of these double latch gates. You just push your gate closed. That's a wrap, YouTube.